How do I encounter a Skinwalker /X/?
Firstly, you need these items: candles, tent, a cutthroat razor, a large sack, burlap or cloth, a length of rope, over 15 meters, white chalk soaked in animal blood for 14 days, allow chalk time to dry, normally 12 days, a small animal such as a cat or dog, red string, a lot of red string, measuring tape. Next you need to find a location similar to this large forested area a good few miles from civilization. Now ensure you have everything ready to go. Best to prep the site in advance. Prep. Locate a section of forest that is at least 15 minutes walk from any possible exit. This spot must also be at least 20 minutes walk from the nearest path. Once you find this spot, take your red string and mark a tree roughly in the middle. Using the measuring tape, take the string and measure out a line that is roughly 20 feet and tie the string off to the next tree. Work in a rough circle, tying the string around each tree you pass until you reach the first tree you tied it to. Memorize this location. Use the red chalk to mark the trees with letters. Closest tree to the circle must be marked with Q, then work your way back round until you reach Q again. With the area prepped, wait 3 to 4 days, get everything you need and head out to your location. Now you must look out for these signs. Take note of the letters on the trees. If they have been disturbed, then you must rewrite them as you pass. Walk the red string circle once. If it is intact all the way around, then you may as well head home. If the letters have been disturbed and the string is broken, fix the letters and fix the string. Set up your tent as close to the center tree you can. Set up the candles around the center tree, no less than 4, no more than 9, and light them. When the sun begins to set, use the cutthroat razor to trim away fur from the cat or dog. Nape of the neck is best. Yes, this part must be done on site. Burn the fur on each candle in order of closest to your tent around. Release the animal and head inside your tent. Set the sack outside the tent with a rope and close the tent. It's your choice if you sleep or stay awake, but you need to make as little noise as possible and have no lights in the tent. If you stay awake, prepare yourself for the most scary thing you've ever seen. Remember, do not attempt to interact with the Skinwalker. Turn on any light source. Make a loud noise. Leave the tent before dawn. Unzip the tent through the night. Now if you have done all this, then remain as quiet as you can. Once everything becomes dark outside, you'll firstly hear noises such as scraping. It will be faint and distant and may be hard to hear. The noise will grow closer. This can take anywhere between 1 to 2 hours before it ends, but do not leave the tent. Next you may hear a muffled shuffling just outside the tent, like something being stuffed into a bag, followed by some strange animal noises. These can range from dying animal sounds, odd-sounding growls, whispers, distorted speech, distant cries for help, several different types of laughing. These sounds will last for up to an hour, but do not react at all. After this you should see what looks like a distorted person or possibly crawling animal very close to your tent. If it begins showing interest in your tent, such as scratching, poking or sniffing at it, then close your eyes and keep your head down. This may take between 30 minutes up to 1 hour, sometimes longer. But once this is done, you'll hear the creature run away into the distance. This is an important part. Do not leave the fucking tent. Close your eyes and count. Once you begin reaching around 25 to 2700, it should be safe. You may now sleep peacefully or wait till sunrise without incident, as long as you stay inside the tent. Once the sun rises, you can safely leave the tent. Keep your eyes low and do not look up into the trees. You will now see the sack tied and soaked in blood. Inside will be whatever animal you took with you inside. If the sack is empty, then leave as soon as you can. Do not dawdle and do not run, but leave quickly. If the sack is full, do not open it. Now examine the candles around the center tree and look for the least melted one. From this point, head out to the outer ring of string. If it is broken at this point, then leave as quickly as you can. Follow the string around until you find the break. Now head back to the candle tree and take note of how melted the candle is. If it is almost gone or less than halfway, you should be fine. If it is more than half, then leave. If the string was broken in a different place and the sack is full and the candle is melted more than half, you are safe. Pack up, leave the sack and head back to the letter marked trees. Take note of which letters remain, but do not fix any of the removed letters and just head home. If the letters remaining were at least 3 apart, that is A was fine. B, C was disturbed. D was fine. Then you met a docile skinwalker, rare, but these are the curious type that follow campers. There was a gap of 5 or more, then you met a peaceful skinwalker. This kind are the ones that stay out of sight and make noises. If the disturbance of letters was erratic, then it was a typical skinwalker, not violent but not docile. If every letter was disturbed, then you met the violent kind. These are the skinwalkers that will integrate into groups of hikers, of campers, for the sole purpose of killing or feeding. You got lucky, you survived. If you didn't follow any of the safety instructions or attempted to leave the tent, make a noise, etc., etc., then you're most likely dead. So yeah, if you had any instance where I told you to leave quickly, then leave. If you don't, you're dead. Fucking with skinwalkers is dangerous, and they will only come if there is 2 or less people only, so groups won't be able to use this method. Good luck and on.
Would you mind telling us how the fuck you know this?
Found the guide on an old .net text site from back in the early web days. Me and a friend decided to try it out. Put it this way, he tried opening the tent. I cowered like a pussy. I'm still here. He went missing almost 20 years ago now.